Hey there, M here. Welcome back to Let's Play Danganronpa. Last time, it's been about a week, so it's gonna take me a bit to remember. Alright, someone died. There's a knife right there. We're investigating right now because everyone thought it was the mastermind that died, but nope, Monokuma's alive and well, and we got this to deal with. We got thrown into an investigation, so it's time to do that. So real quick, I'm gonna see what these guys have to say, and I need to practice the voices anyway. It's 11 o'clock right now! Okay, and...
Serious?
Oh, well, I was just thinking about when we first found the body. When the body was found, huh? I should look back at what I did this morning to help me remember when that was. Monokuma's announcement woke me up at 7 o'clock as usual, and I headed for the dining hall pretty soon. Alright, well, thank you for catching me up on this. Once I got there, I met up with Hina. That was right around 7:30. Then I headed to the gym where everyone else was waiting. Next, Toko went to go get the pickaxe, and that's when she found the body. What time was it then? Good question. Now then, Toko, what time is it? Well, when we left the gym, it was just before 9 o'clock, so it's probably 9 on the dot now. That's right! It had to have been around 9 o'clock.
You know?
Now that you mention it, I think you're right. So I think we can say for sure that the body was found at 9 a.m. Okay, my job's done. That's a pretty small job, but it'll do. I mean, you got me a truth bullet. All right, Byakuya, your turn. Good timing, Makoto. I wanted to talk to you. What did you want to talk about?
So, in other words...
I'd like to hear your alibi. Oh no, I think I know what this has to do with the thing. There was a knife in her chest, and who got left with the knife? Makoto. I knew this wasn't gonna end well for him. Alibi?
In other words...
Correct. I'd love to hear where you were after nighttime began last night. Well, I was sick, so I was asleep all night. But why are you asking about that now? And what's nighttime got to do with it?
Naturally.
Isn't it obvious? This murder took place after nighttime. How can you know that for sure? Because just after nighttime began, I came to the garden. I was going around looking for everyone so I could tell them about Monokuma. Hiro's been spending most of his time in the garden the last few days, so I figured he'd be here. And I can confirm that when I arrived last night, there was no body here.
In other words...
So the murder could have only taken place at some point during nighttime, after I left the garden. However, Toko, Hiro, Hina, and I were in the gym together the entire night last night. What? Once I found Hiro in the garden, we immediately went to Toko and Hina's rooms to get them. At that point, we all went to the gym and began dismantling Monokuma. As a precaution, we made sure not to go anywhere alone. We even went to the bathroom in pairs. In other words, all four of us have airtight alibis. The only ones who don't have alibis are me and Kyoko. Oh, this isn't good.
That's right.
And if the victim really is Kyoko, then I'm the only one without an alibi! Also, when we went to go get Hina and Toko, we stopped by your room as usual.
What?
But you never came to the door. So, where precisely were you? I'm telling the truth, I was in my room, but I was still asleep. I had a fever, so yeah, I remember that. You were sleeping in your hoodie for some odd reason. Why would you do that? You could have just worn your regular clothes. Sleeping in a hoodie is a very bad idea unless you're freezing. And, okay, it could have been freezing in his room, but... I don't know, did they ever mention how warm or cold it is in those dorms? These are things I'd like to know, because I'm curious about a lot of things. That's hardly an alibi. I know. So, what now? You seem to be at quite the disadvantage here. I think at long last I'll get to kill you and take your place as the main character. I'm the only one without an alibi. That's really bad, isn't it? Ho ho ho, this is bad for you. Owie, hi! Listen, Makoto, do you remember how the body looked, you know, before it blew up? If I remember right, it was wearing some kind of mask and a big white coat. Also, there was a knife sticking out of the stomach, and the area around it was stained with blood. Apparently, the wound had stopped bleeding, but the blood on the body was still wet. Byakuya said not to touch it to avoid getting all bloody, but for how much blood there was on the body, I didn't see any on the ground around it.
Okay.
Wow, thanks! That was a big help! Now that you explained it, I totally remember how it looked! Well, having to talk about it like that helped me remember it a lot better, too. Yeah, it helped kickstart my memory on that a little, thanks. So thank you, too. Alright, body before the explosion. Toko, are you gonna contribute to this at all? So does that whoever it is, I'm not gonna look. I don't want to faint anymore. I don't want Jill coming out. Okay, yeah, that's probably a good idea. So let's look at the body. If I check the body more thoroughly, then maybe I'll find out for sure if it's Kyoko or not. Oh, I'm getting all close and personal. Are those nails? Huh? There's something weird about the body's fingernails. Oh, these are fake nails. They're really long. I don't think... Kyoko wouldn't wear nails like that, would she? No, I can't see her doing that, so... I don't know. I think Kyoko always wears gloves, so I don't know if she would have that mark on her or not. Though, the nail thing... only other character I can remember having nails like that is Junko, but would she really have fake nails like that? They seem like they'd get in the way of normal activity. We're not gonna mention the tattoo. There's also something on the back of her right hand. Is this a tattoo? It got burned, so I can't make out the whole thing, but it looks like it's a picture of a dog or something. I've never seen anything like it before. Tattoo on the right hand. Alright, anything else I can look at? Like her face? The upper half of the body got set on fire in the explosion, so it's totally blackened. Also, the top half of the body is wet. Oh yeah, from when you had to put it out. That's because it got set on fire and I threw water on it. Since I only threw water on the part that was on fire, the top half, the bottom half is still dry. In other words, there's nothing strange about the top half being wet. There isn't, right? Oh hey, what's this? These look like fragments of something. They're all burnt, so I can't really be sure, but I feel like I've seen something like it before. But where? Wait, was it there? I'll have to double check that later. Fragments near the dead body. What was... Wait. No, that doesn't sound right. Also, there's the knife. There's a knife laying on the ground. Is this the one that got stolen? It must be the knife that was stuck in the body before it exploded. The force of the explosion must have thrown it over here. The Monokuma file said the knife went all the way through the body from front to back. Does that mean this knife was what caused the fatal injury? Either way, this knife... It looks really familiar. It looks like the one you had in your room, dude! Wait, is this... Oh, now you get it? That's it! It's the knife that person was holding! This is getting really weird. There are just too many strange coincidences. Yeah. Whoever the person in the mask was that attacked me last night, they were holding that knife. Yeah, and it couldn't have been them because unless those happen to be latex gloves or something, they don't have the tattoo on them, so... Whoever that is can't be the dead person. Because, again, unless they're wearing gloves, and judging by the color of the skin, it'd probably have to be some latex gloves or something, because, well, I don't know. Do they make gloves like that look a lot like human skin? Or at least colored like it? I don't know, but this is starting to sound weird. I don't know. Until I can see that those are indeed gloves, I'm just gonna say that whoever that is not the corpse. Because I don't see a tattoo on... If I were to do that pose, that hand right there, the one that's reaching out, that'd be the left hand, and the one holding the knife would be the right hand, and you don't see a tattoo there, because the tattoo is supposed to be around here. This is getting weird. And that same knife was used to stab that same masked attacker we found here. Okay, maybe Makoto's not remembering it, but... Again, that's... If you look at the hands, you'll know that it's not the attacker. So, maybe this masked person got stabbed because when they attacked, I was in a kind of trance. Maybe I reacted by grabbing the knife, and maybe then And if this really is Kyoko, it would mean Kyoko is the one that attacked me. But why the mask? I just don't know. I don't remember anything clearly from last night. No, it can't be. There's no way! Oh, this is getting bad. Is there anything else here I can look at? This is the panel that controls the sprinklers. They're set to turn on at 7:30 every morning, and Monokuma said the time positively couldn't be changed. Huh? Hold on. So the sprinklers turn on at 7:30 each morning, right? Then, if the body was here before then, the sprinklers would have gotten it wet, which would mean the murder must have taken place after 7:30. I want to check on the chickens. Are the chickens okay? I remember there were some chickens in the chicken coop. There's one one gone! I count 4 chickens. Huh? 4? Don't tell Yasuhiro. What's going on, Makoto? Too late. Oh, I'm glad you're here. Actually, no, I'm not. You might want to look away, Yasuhiro. Listen, do you remember how many chickens there were in here? There were 5 and now there's 1 gone. Somebody took a chicken and probably killed it. Of course, there were precisely 5. Yeah, right? Huh? What's wrong? Oh, nothing. Just, look away, Yasuhiro. Nothing to see here. Because I know he's gonna freak out about the 4 chickens thing. There's only 4 chickens here now. We're 1 short. That's so weird. I wonder when it disappeared. What? I was down here just before nighttime last night, and there were definitely 5 chickens then. What are we gonna do? Going from 5 to 4 is gonna have an impact on the structure of the world. It's like a jigsaw puzzle. If even a single piece disappears, the entire world will remain unfinished. I did my best to ignore Hiro and focus on the problem at hand. Why did one of the chickens disappear? Could it be related to the case? Chicken coop chickens. I didn't know that was gonna be a truth bullet. Anything about the flower? The Monokuma flower, huh? Is it true? Does it really eat paper, plastic, and people? I don't think it's related to the case. I'll just stay away. Tool shed might be related, though. Just be sure, I should take a look at the tool shed. This room is dusty and disorganized. In other words, a pretty stereotypical tool shed. Oh, hello. Is this a tarp? Wait, was there a tarp in here before? I definitely don't remember a tarp being there. I should probably look into that. It could be related to the case. Don't need to tell me twice. The tarp is wet and covered with mud and grime, but the underside, it's totally clean and completely dry. One side of that tarp is wet and dirty. Something about that bothers me. That's the one thing in here that concerns me. Alright, so I guess that's my cue to get out of here. All I can gather from this, I think I've checked everything I need to in this area, but I'm not done yet. There are other areas I need to check. Specifically, that fragment I found before. There's somewhere I need to go in order to confirm my suspicions. And I still need to find out more about Kyoko. Is that corpse really Kyoko? If that's true... Was that also Kyoko who attacked me last night? Again, and I hope I don't need to repeat myself anymore, unless that person was wearing gloves that pretty much look like human skin, that's not the corpse. It could be Kyoko that attacked you, but that's not the corpse. If I can find out more about her, maybe I can answer that question. Kyoko was never the kind of person to talk about herself all that much. Maybe if I can get into her room, I'll be able to find out more. But the key to her room, Byakuya has it.
It's all clear now.
I will simply limit your options. I can't allow you to engage in any further suspicious activity.
What?
Limit my options?
Just give up.
Give me the key to your room. I don't have a choice. I have to see if he'll let me borrow her room key. Byakuya, hi. Hey, Byakuya? If you do come up with an alibi, I'd be happy to hear it. Later, at the class trial. Oh no, it's not about that. You have the key to Kyoko's room, right? I was hoping I could borrow it. I'm afraid I can't take that risk. You're the prime suspect, after all.
What?
Of course, if I were to go with you, that would be a different story. Then, will you go with me? Sorry, I have my own agenda to take care of. Find me again later and we'll see.
Goodbye.
Depending on my mood, I may go with you. Or I may not. I mean, I may very well feel like screwing you over at the trial. Come back later, huh? Okay, then in the meantime, I should look around somewhere else. Maybe I should check out that one area. What one area? I don't know where that fragment's from! Maybe the map can tell me? Don't they usually have, like... the gym? I gotta check the gym, apparently? I'm starting to remember now where that fragment could be from. Could it be? Could it be from that bomb? I know they took Monokuma and they pulled out a bomb. Could that be where where the fragment's from? Is this what I gotta look at? Monokuma's laying dismantled on the floor, but I figured it wouldn't be here.
You know?
Yeah, I just found something. What is it? It's what? A bomb. There's one installed in every Monokuma robot, I'm sure. A bomb! And that bomb went missing. There's no doubt about that. The fragments I found in the garden. Okay, so that must have mean that bomb was used in the explosion. Okay, I've checked everything else I can think of. All that's left now is Kyoko's room. I should head back to the garden and ask Byakuya. Assuming he'll even help you, man. I'm still inclined to believe that Byakuya will try to screw you over. You think you can go soon, Byakuya?
Let's go.
You wanted to check out Kyoko's room, right? Very well. Let's go. Wait for me! Byakuya walked off without a second glance, and I hurried after him on our way to the dorms. Alright, Byakuya. Let's go. Come on. Well then, here we go. Byakuya took out the key and slid it into the keyhole, and then... And it's open. Looks like it. Thanks. Well, let's go. Oh, there's not much here. So, this is Kyoko's room. Wait, what's this? There's something on the table. It's a woodblock decoration.
What?
What's that? What purpose does it serve? I think it's probably a key. The lockers of those really traditional public bathhouses use them for their lockers. I wouldn't know. I've never gone to a public bathhouse. That doesn't really surprise me. It's hard to picture Byakuya doing something like that. I'm inclined to agree.
It's certainly
But if it
possible.
is a key, I think I might know what it unlocks. Really? What? Unless I'm mistaken, I'm pretty sure I saw something in the dojo that this might go to. The dojo? Well, alright then. I'll go to the dojo. Should I talk to you?
What?
You wanted to come here, right? So what is it you're looking for? Nothing in particular. I just thought we might find some kind of clue here. A clue that might help us understand Kyoko.
Come on.
You can't be serious. That's why you made me take time out of my search to come here? Sorry. Regardless, if you plan on poking around at random, you're doomed no matter how much time you take. Surely you have something more concrete. Something to give us some sort of direction here. More concrete. Oh, I know! Earlier, Kyoko gave me something. Huh? What's this?
It's true.
Consider it a symbol of my determination. Don't open it yet. Only open it if something never happens to me. I'm sure I have it here somewhere. Found it! What's in the envelope? Kyoko gave it to me. She said if something ever happened, I should open it. Well, something has certainly happened, so open it, okay? I opened the envelope and looked inside. Inside was a single piece of paper. Under the sheets?
What?
That's all that was in there. Yeah, it looks like it. Under the sheets. What could it be? Well, we could try with the bed first, but could something be hidden under the bed sheets? Well, we gotta try it, man. Part of me didn't expect to find anything, but as I lifted up the sheets... What's this? I found a crumpled up piece of paper. Oh shit. Class number 78 student registry? Mukuro Ikusaba? Oh.
I see.
It appears to be Mukuro Ikusaba's profile. Yeah, looks like it. That's probably the other thing Kyoko stole when she snuck into the headmaster's room, along with the key. God, you're so annoying! Fine, I'll tell you! It was a key and beep! That's it! This must be the blank that Monokuma was talking about. Kyoko said a death without meaning was unappealing. And this is what she left behind. I don't have time for your sentimental indulgences. Hurry up and finish your search, okay? I made an effort to pull myself together, then looked down at the profile sheet. Name, Mukuro Ikusaba. Sex, female. The ultimate soldier. Although small for her age, she was a military specialist trained in every weapon type imaginable. Shit, Mukuro sounded like a badass. She showed an interest in the military from childhood and soon found herself completely absorbed in it. In elementary school, she won a survival game tournament and began writing for military magazines. Just before entering middle school, while she and her family were on vacation in Europe, she disappeared. The story of a young Japanese girl being kidnapped quickly took over Japanese media outlets. An intense international investigation turned up no information and she was never found. However, she reappeared in Japan 3 years later, alone and completely unannounced. She revealed that she had joined a mercenary group known as Fenrir for those 3 years. She insisted that she hadn't been kidnapped, that she received battle training of her own volition. However, she never revealed why she decided to return home when she did. Oh. Shit. The ultimate soldier. A mercenary group. This doesn't feel real. The world I grew up in, it's like a completely different dimension. It's like one's non-fiction and the other is sci-fi. There's no way to even compare the two. That's how different this is. That was how I saw things as just an ordinary person. But then,
I see.
I never imagined I would hear the name Fenrir in a place like this. Oh, what do you know about Fenrir, Byakuya? Huh? You recognize it?
Naturally.
The Fenrir Mercenary Corps is a collection of battle-crazed warmongers. But they do have their uses, and they always get the job done. That's worth remembering. This is all part of a world totally removed from the one I live in. I have to say, I'm intrigued. Every rumor I've heard says that Fenrir has already... Uh-oh. Whoa! I feel like our hero is becoming a bit player, and a bit player is becoming our hero! It's you! What have you got in your pretty little hand there? Uh-oh! You found her profile? So what if we did?
Hey.
Don't freak out on me! I'm not gonna hold it against you or anything. And in case you're wondering, I don't hold it against Kyoko either, even though she stole it and hid it. After all, there's no rule against stealing, is there? But who I can't forgive is Miss Ogami, who broke the rules and busted into the headmaster's room! What are you gonna do about it, huh? She's dead! Still not happy about that, by the way. Maybe I'll drag her corpse out here and slice it up and devour it! Bears are omnivorous, you know. Really? Really, man? You're gonna do that?
What?
Are rule violations really so unforgivable? You're quite adamant about those regulations of yours. Of course I am! A proper school life is built on the dedication to organization and order. Which is why even I, the school headmaster, have to follow the regulations myself. Oh, so you're saying you have to follow your own rules as well?
Of course.
Absolutely! I can't have you complaining about how unfair it all is, now can I? Besides, I'm a bear, and bears value being honest. In fact, on the subject of fairness, would you like to know something interesting? Interesting? It's about the one writing all the rules. They're actually one of the participants in this killing game. I don't think I ever actually told you how many participants there actually were, did I? I was thinking I should probably clarify that.
Hey.
When you all first got together in the main hallway back when, there were 15 people there, right? I think that first meeting may have led to a little misunderstanding among you all. Misunderstanding? Are you saying...
In other words.
That's right! There weren't actually 15 of you! The total number of students taking part in this killing game was actually 16! 16? Then...
Mukuro Ikusaba,
Not this cutscene again.
the 16th student, lying hidden somewhere in this school. The one they call the ultimate despair. Watch out for her.
The 16th student, Mukuro Ikusaba. She's part of this school life, so the one making all the regulations is... Why? Did you say something? Why are you telling us this? Oh, well, because... Like I told you, this killing game is desperately popular. You wouldn't believe the ratings. And since we've got so many viewers now, I wanted to make sure everyone was on the same page. I don't want to wake up to a hurricane of complaints and hate mail, you know?
Yes, indeed.
Make sense?
Well now.
Okay, that's all you get for now. Oh, actually, I do have some revenge to get, so I have an extra bonus for you. Revenge? I want to get back at that sneaky Miss Kirigiri, so I'm gonna share a little secret with ya. Seriously?
Hey.
You know how she wears those stupid gloves day in, day out all the time? Well, don't tell anyone I told you, but she wears them to cover a bunch of hideous scars that she doesn't want anyone to see. What? Okay, now that's all you get. Okay, good. I don't get to laugh. My voice is starting to get thrashed. We're seriously gonna use Monokuma's account for this? Kyoko wears those gloves to cover up a bunch of scars? Wait, so on the back of her hand. The tattoo. Wait, but no. Monokuma specifically said they were scars, right? And that's why Kyoko wears those gloves to hide the scars. Which means... those fake nails on the corpse. Are you thinking about Kyoko again? Huh?
What?
Forget about her. What matters right now is uncovering Monokuma's trap. His trap?
Such
God
ignorance.
must have really hated you to make you so dull. Shut it, man. Don't you remember what Monokuma just told us? He said there were 16 students, right? Which means Mukuro was a student here.
right.
Obviously, Monokuma was trying to tell us that Mukuro is the one creating the rules to the game. But why would he tell us that? And why now? He said he wanted to make things clear so there wouldn't be any complaints later. But the mere fact that he said that proves that Mukuro is connected to this case. That's why Monokuma revealed the existence of a 16th student. He needs to make our investigation fair. Mukuro is related to the case? Perhaps she's the one who killed Kyoko. What? That would explain why we would have to have a class trial, wouldn't it? If she is a student and she killed someone, that would make her part of the school killing game. Mukuro is the killer? She killed Kyoko? Anyone should be able to come to that conclusion, don't you think? In fact, that's exactly what I thought when the investigation first began.
What?
But, based on what Monokuma just told us, I've changed my mind.
It's all clear now.
Mukuro Ikusaba isn't the culprit. Huh? What makes you say that? We thought Mukuro, the ultimate despair, was the mastermind's true identity. But if that's true, Monokuma's behavior makes no sense. Why would the mastermind go out of their way to reveal themselves to us? That's a good point. Mukuro giving us information that would raise questions about her would be bold, to say the least. It makes more sense, then, to assume that Mukuro isn't the culprit. So that's the trap. They want us to suspect Mukuro and come to the wrong conclusion. That's what makes sense to me. The way you say it, it definitely does seem possible. But if that's really true, if Mukuro isn't the killer, then who is? Well then, I believe our work here is finished. Let's move on. I'm sure there are other places in need of investigation. I should find out if that key and the dojo really are connected.
Let's go.
Well, are you coming? Oh great, I'm getting dragged along by Byakuya again. That's what I want. Yay! Alright, let's go see what's in that locker. There are wooden lockers here. They use woodblock keys, just like at those super traditional public bathhouses. It looks like the key we found in Kyoko's room really does go to one of these lockers.
I see.
Makoto, do you see the locker farthest to the right?
Very strange.
Yep, that's the only one that doesn't have a key in it at the moment. You understand what that means, right? I should probably use the key we found on that locker, right?
That's right.
Well, just try it. Okay. I plan on it. I took out the woodblock key and inserted it into the locker's middle lock, and click. The locker eagerly accepted the key and it opened. What's in here? What? There are arrows in here. It looks like 10 arrows in total. Oh, there's something down there. They look like they're made of titanium, which means they're quite strong despite how thin they are. Of course, without a bow, they're nothing but strong little sticks. Strong sticks. What do titanium arrows have to do with this? Oh, there's something else inside the locker. Yeah, down there. It's a wadded up ball of duct tape. I wonder what this was used for. Is that a blood stain?
See.
If it is, that means it must surely be related to the case. This duct tape is related to the case somehow? But how could it possibly be involved? I think that's all the locker has to offer for now. Is something wrong?
Very strange.
It's very odd, don't you think? The locker was hiding items that were clearly related to the case. But how did the key to the locker wind up in the victim's room?
Why?
Or perhaps... You look like you're confused, man. Byakuya? Forget it. Come on, we need to continue to the next location. There's more? What next location?
What?
There's still something we need to look into. We need to do more research on Fenrir. Fenrir? You mean the mercenary group that Mukuro was a part of? But how are we supposed to find out about that? Isn't it obvious? Where in this school would you go to do research on something? Research? Are you talking about the archive? That's right. The archive has all kinds of info that the general public doesn't have access to.
Let's go.
We only have so much time before the trial begins. Let's hurry. I believe there was a file related to Fenrir somewhere over here. Byakuya seemed to know the archive like the back of his hand. It went straight to the shelf in the back. Ah, here we go. He quickly returned with the file in hand. Oh, do I gotta talk to him again?
I see.
Why did that happen? Take a look at this. I have no idea what it says. What language is this? How did you make it all the way to high school without learning a single word of French? Okay, I don't know how it is over in Japan, but around here, no French class. Just Spanish, and that was in high school. You want to learn French, you gotta go to college over here. Probably different in other areas, but At least around here, only other language course you got was Spanish, and that's it. I'm pretty sure most high schoolers can't speak French. Thank you, Makoto. Well, whatever. I'll read it for you, but I expect you to repay your debt 100 times over. 100 times? Isn't that kind of extreme? Fenrir is an elite fighting unit based out of the Middle East. Unlike military contractors, they are a fierce group of soldiers who engage in direct combat. They claim that a single member is equivalent to an entire company of regular soldiers. Just like Fenrir, the Wolf of Ragnarok, their mere presence is enough to strike fear into any enemy. They have been involved in countless military battles and operations, most of which are highly classified. However, some time ago, they completely ceased all activity. At present, their continued existence cannot be confirmed. There are unconfirmed reports that the key members of the group were all neutralized. Rumors indicate they were killed to keep them from revealing the many state secrets they'd acquired. Some, however, believe there was mounting internal tension within the group and they simply imploded. That's kind of interesting.
What?
What is it? This all just sounds like some kind of alternate reality. Well, it isn't. This is our reality. The only reality. These people are part of our world. Their battlefields aren't much different from our lives here. An unpredictable, unimaginable world. That's what makes it all so exciting. Exciting definitely isn't the word I would use. So, did anything jump out at you? This may be your last opportunity to learn about Fenrir. Now that you mention it, the report said something about where the name Fenrir comes from, right? Well, it mentioned the Wolf of Ragnarok. That's right. It said Fenrir is the Wolf of Ragnarok. Speaking of which, would you like to know something interesting related to that? To show that they're a member of the team, each soldier that joins the squad would get a tattoo representing Fenrir somewhere on their body. Oh! And freaking that corpse, it's got a tattoo of the dog on it! So, they mentioned that Mukuro is a part of Fenrir, right? So, that would mean she's got the tattoo! That would mean the corpse is Mukuro! What? They got a tattoo of Fenrir? Could that mean... jeesh. We know who the corpse is, but the killer. Who are they? Is it Kyoko?
Time is utterly silent, and yet it constantly assaults us, organisms, the earth, natural phenomena.
Okay.
It damages us little by little until the end. You should really think about that. Anyway, it's time to begin the class trial!
Yay.
So, please meet up in the usual spot. See you later!
Then the time has come. All we can do now is try to uncover the truth during the class trial.
That's right.
It would seem that way. Let's go. Whoa, Byakuya and Makoto showed up together. Where the heck have you two been? You just disappeared without a word. We were investigating, of course. How could you not figure that out by this point? Makoto's ranked high enough for you guys to go off together? Just the two of you? What, are you jealous?
Hey.
Or are you making up some kind of creepy fantasy for yourself?
What?
Stop talking and brace yourselves. He'll be here in any second. Any second. He could show up at any time. When I imagined what was about to happen, I immediately tensed up and prepared myself. But what? We stood there for 5 full minutes waiting for something weird to happen. And then 5 minutes became 10. Huh.
Why?
What's going on here? Why hasn't Monokuma shown up yet?
Could it be?
Maybe he died again? What should we do? Should we keep waiting here or... Up. Thanks a lot. Or what? Jesus! Did I scare you?
Come on.
I demand an explanation. Why did you waste my time and make me wait like that? What? I made you wait? You've got it all backwards. You're the ones making me wait. You could have just gone into the elevator at any time, you know. Huh?
In other words,
I'm waiting for everyone to arrive. We can't start till everyone's here, now can we? Well, what are you talking about? Everyone is here. We've all been waiting for you. Sorry, but you're wrong. But I've been waiting 10 minutes now, so it's okay if I punish the one making us all wait, right? If we all agree it's a violation, I'll arrange a punishment right now. If it's me you're waiting for, I'm here. When we heard that voice, we all spun around to look.
Hey,
I am here, and no rule's been broken. Kyoko! Kyoko! You're still alive? No! That's a ghost! Stop talking. She's not a ghost. If you want to fight, do it at the class trial. You need to save some of the fun for later, right?
What?
But it is okay that there's no particular penalty for being late.
is that right?
I made it here just fine. What school regulation did I violate? Am I wrong? You're so selfish, so spoiled. You're right. There's no penalty officially, but I bet you'll be sorry later. No, I'll make sure you're sorry later. Anyway, hustle your butts onto the elevator. I'll be just one step ahead of ya. When Monokuma was gone, we all rushed up to Kyoko. Kyoko! So you really didn't die?
Indeed.
Of course I didn't die. Thank God! I'm so glad you're okay! Perhaps, but that's not necessarily a good thing for us, huh? He's right! Now we gotta deal with the ghost! I told you, so stop talking! It's not a ghost!
Let's go.
Come on, let's just go. Whatever we need to discuss, we can do it during the trial. Without ever looking directly at Kyoko, Byakuya stepped into the elevator. Master! But wait for me! Good call. Who knows what might happen to us if we take too long. I'll be happy when this trial is all over. One after another, everyone piled into the elevator. But I couldn't help myself. I had to talk to Kyoko before the trial started. Oh, and we gotta do it manually, I see. Listen, before we get started, I have to ask you. Where have you been this whole time? You used that key of yours to go somewhere, didn't you?
Correct.
So, I went to investigate the second floor of the dorms. The second floor?
That's right.
There aren't any monitors or cameras there, so I was able to avoid Monokuma completely. Of course, I also missed his announcement because of that.
Whew.
I had no idea a body had been discovered. Then, when did you find out?
So...
Just now. I finished my search and came back down, just in time to hear the class trial announcement. I took some time to go over the crime scene first. I can't go to a trial completely uninformed, can I? So that's why you were late.
However...
I'm sorry I kept you all waiting, but if you were on the second floor of the dorms, then that's what the key you found goes to?
Wrong.
Actually, to be precise, not quite.
In other words...
I used Monokuma's secret tool, which can open any lock in the school, so you have a skeleton key? What? Oh hey, one last tidbit.
Just a second.
Hey, what are you two doing? Hurry up before we get in trouble with Monokuma!
Makoto.
We can go over all the details after we get through the trial, okay, Makoto? Right now, I just want to focus on surviving our current situation,
It seems...
because this is probably the single most crucial moment so far for me. For her? That's a strange way to put it. The class trial is important for everyone, right? So why would she say it's a crucial moment for her?
Goodbye.
Well, if that's all. Seemingly unconcerned, Kyoko made her way to the elevator. I'm just overthinking what she said, right? We should probably go then. Being the last one left, I stepped into the elevator. And the door slid shut. This is gonna be bad. This time the clunky was loud enough to hurt my ears and the dread began to consume me once again. I can't imagine ever getting used to the mental pressure that comes with preparing for an execution. In that dusky darkness, nobody said a word. We just stood there silent and still. After an immeasurable period of time, the doors opened without warning. A dazzling light penetrated every depth of my eyes. But it wasn't the illuminating light of hope. It was the darkness of despair. Oh, never mind. It was the blinding light of despair. I would be blinded too if I had to look at a kaleidoscope room like this! I've been waiting for this! I feel like it's been forever since we got together like this. Seriously, this room puts something like the Sixth Doctor's coat to shame. Why would you put all these bright colors together in a place like this? It's an assault on the eyes! The time for pointless jokes and jabs is past. I agree. Now because I can't stand here poking fun at this room forever. Let's get on with the show! Righty then, and so the curtain opened for the 5th time. On the deadly room that's hurting everyone's eyes. A deadly class trial. Okay, I've looked over everything. I am pretty convinced that the corpse is Mukuro Ikusaba because of the tattoo on her hand that looks like a dog. And if I remember right, she's supposed to be a member of Fenrir. So, there. Let's go. Trial, all rise! He's probably gonna start with the same
Let's
thing.
begin
Yeah.
with a if you, then I'll. Okay, well, I'll leave the rest up to you.
Okay.
Well then, let's discuss the specifics of the victim. First, we need to clarify who exactly the unidentified victim is.
It's Kyoko. There's no other explanation.
Yasuhiro, do you not have eyes? Kyoko's right close to you.
But Kyoko's standing right there.
Thank you, Toko.
No, that's a ghost.
She's not a ghost.
But she has legs and stuff.
Okay, like, I know that she's not a ghost, but ghosts in some media can still have legs and stuff. Like Bleach, I know ghosts in that have legs. They just have chains on their chests. That if they come away, they become hollows. If I remember right, it's been a very long time since I've seen the anime or read the manga, so yeah, memory's fuzzy in that regard. But I'm pretty sure the ghosts in that series have legs, and there are plenty others out there, plenty other pieces of media that have ghosts with legs and arms and stuff.
Well, that's just because
Hmm?
she's like the latest evolution in ghost technology.
I want to like you, Yasuhiro, but god damn, you're so annoying.
There's a limit to how much ridiculousness I can tolerate.
Yeah.
Okay. So I just have to prove that the corpse isn't Kyoko, right? Then let's compare Kyoko's traits to the traits of the dead body.
Why are we having this? Kyoko is right there. She's clearly alive.
Her traits?
What important trait Kyoko has that proves the body doesn't belong to her? Her gloves?
I got it!
Okay, good.
I'm talking about her gloves. They'll give us some insight into the mystery. I'm sure of it.
In that case, I think it would be helpful if someone explained why she actually wears those gloves.
And would you happen to know the answer?
Actually, yeah, because Monokuma told us.
In fact, Monokuma told me. Apparently you have scars on your hands you don't want anyone to see.
Oh.
Oh, you know, now that I think about it, the corpse wasn't wearing any gloves, right?
Seriously, why are we having this conversation?
They probably just got burnt up in the explosion.
Some part of them would still remain, Yasuhiro, and again, Kyoko's right there! She's clearly still alive!
I'm not convinced. The ghost is just trying to fool us all.
Why did you have to live, Yasuhiro? Why did Sakura have to die instead of you? There's no way that corpse was Kyoko. But if I can't prove why, we're gonna be stuck here and the case won't move forward. So I don't have any choice but to... What, prove Yasuhiro's dumbass wrong? Gladly! What do I got? What? Oh, 3 bullets, great. Well, I better pay attention to what's being said then.
That Kyoko there is just a ghost.
Impossible.
Okay, then prove it. Prove she's not a ghost.
The dead body wasn't wearing gloves.
They got burnt up in the explosion.
Then she was wearing gloves before the explosion.
Well, yeah, she must have been wearing gloves. Because that corpse is absolutely Kyoko.
This entire discussion is idiotic.
I agree with you, Byakuya. I can't believe I'm agreeing with you again. I know that body isn't Kyoko's, and I know I can prove it.
That Kyoko there is just
Well,
a
I
ghost.
better hope something here's right. Let's see. Fake nails, exploded body analysis, is
then
that
prove
it?
Prove she's not.
The dead body was...
They got burnt up in the explosion.
Then she was wearing gloves before the explosion.
Well, yeah, she must have been wearing gloves.
Damn it! What's wrong? Did I say something weird? Yes! This whole thing is weird! Why are you saying this shit?
Yeah, she must have been wearing gloves.
Jeez.
No, that's wrong.
Well, this is already looking bad. I wasted 2 hearts doing the other 2 because it didn't occur to me that, hey, fake nails.
No. There's no way the corpse was wearing gloves. Whoever it was, they were wearing fake nails, remember? I imagine trying to wear gloves over nails like that would have been a pretty big pain.
Yeah, now I'm really concerned that I might fail this case because I messed up too many times.
Besides, Kyoko wears gloves to hide her hands, right? It'd be pretty weird for someone who's self-conscious about their hands to wear fake nails. Don't you think?
Jeez, man, you don't know women, huh? They're complicated like that.
Well, fuck you too, Yasuhiro. Everyone's
doesn't know women, it's you.
I was gonna say everybody's complicated.
Well, Kyoko, any thoughts?
These gloves were custom made to the size of my hands to make sure they don't interfere with my daily life. If I wore fake nails, the gloves wouldn't fit properly.
Then that's that. The dead body doesn't belong to Kyoko.
Are you satisfied now, Yasuhiro?
Which should have been obvious since she's standing right here.
Yes. Thank you.
Okay, so then, who's the real victim? First, we need to figure that out.
It's Mukuro.
That's the first thing I said. You're the one who's been dragging us around in circles.
Before anything, we have to identify the victim. Everything starts from there. It's gotta be Mukuro. I mean, the tattoo on her hand. Sprinklers explode. Tattoo in the right hand.
If Kyoko really is still alive, then who died?
There's gotta be some way to figure it out. I don't think so. The face was scorched beyond recognition.
That's
And
true.
there wasn't any description in the Monokuma file. Well, if we can't identify the body...
Then there's nothing else we can do, right?
So it's either scorched face or can't identify the body. And the one thing that can tell us was on the victim's own body.
Can't identify the body.
Hold up! We can't identify the body!
No, that's wrong. There was one clue left behind that we can use to identify the body.
What? For real? If you're lying, you'll die a cruel and unusual death.
Easy there, Toko.
Cruel and unusual death. This I gotta see.
I can't, I don't know how, I'm starting to like Yasuhiro less and less now. Earlier I thought he was kind of cool, and now he's a prime example of the type of stupidity I absolutely hate seeing in a lot of stuff I watch. I'm talking Billy type of stupid, like Grim Adventures of Billy Mandy type of stupid. I hate Billy to freaking death, and Yasuhiro is exuding that same type of stupid that he had.
She's just being stupid. Ignore them, Makoto. Tell us what you're talking about.
The key to figuring out who it was is the tattoo on the back of her hand.
Oh, yeah. The design's pretty strange, huh? Is this a dog? Her master must have made her get it. To be like, you're my bitch.
Ish.
Seriously? They really did something that humiliating?
Let Makoto finish!
No, that's not it. The identity of the victim is hidden within that tattoo.
Oh, really?
If you compare the tattoo to the other information we have, the victim's identity should be clear. Where is it? I need to restore as much health as I can. Mukuro Ikusaba's profile!
I got it! The Fenrir Mercenary Corps. That's the name of the military group Mukuro Ikusaba belonged to.
Okay, so...
To show that they're a member of the team, each soldier that joins the squad would get a tattoo representing Fenrir somewhere on their body.
Fenrir?
The Wolf of Ragnarok, one of Loki's kids. The image that represents Fenrir is... What? Oh god, what do I gotta spell out? Wolf! Okay, it's gotta be wolf then, so where's the W? W and F. F, hello, where's an F? How long until an F spawns? There's an F! He's a doggy.
Now I understand.
Technically a wolfie, but... he's a canine.
The representation of Fenrir is a wolf.
Fenrir, the Wolf of Ragnarok. It's from Norse mythology. A huge, world-ending wolf beast.
Now, Toko, I'm starting to like her a bit more. Mythology. Yeah.
He's the child of the trickster god Loki, and a female giant.
Man, after all this time, we finally got a glimpse of the literary all-star.
A wolf tattoo. And that means...
Exactly. The body we found had a tattoo of a wolf, which means that person must have once belonged to Fenrir. So it must have been Mukuro.
There we go, we're finally getting somewhere.
What?
Hold on. Isn't she the one that was behind this whole thing?
You sound surprised, but you're absolutely right. Yes, indeed. The trial this time is to solve the murder of Mukuro Ikusaba.
Are you saying the mastermind is dead? And now we have to have a cool-ass trial?
No. it means we were wrong in thinking that Mukuro was the mastermind at all.
Right. I mean, in my way of thinking, that's assuming that the person who showed up in Makoto's room was the actual mastermind. Because, oh right, they weren't wearing. Assuming they weren't wearing gloves that looked like human skin. They didn't have scars, so the person who showed up in Makoto's room couldn't have been Kyoko, and it couldn't have been Mukuro. Well, then who was it?
But I mean, being the ultimate despair seems like a pretty mastermindy title to me.
Maybe we shouldn't have been thinking of her as the ultimate despair in the first place.
Right, ultimate soldier.
After all, looking at her profile, I didn't see anything that would fit such a description. All it said was that she was the ultimate soldier. If I remember correctly, that other information came from Kyoko. That's what you told Makoto, right?
So that means Kyoko got it wrong?
Then who was she? Who was Mukuro Ikusaba? She's been gone this whole time? And when she finally turns up, she gets killed.
Usually when there's a scene where an important character dies, it has a lot more detail.
So you're saying she wasn't an important character? Which would mean she was the same as us. Just another participant.
Then who's the real mastermind?
Yeah, that's a good question.
It must have been the Hope's Peak Academy headmaster after all.
No, the headmaster has nothing to do with it.
But how can we trust that? We already know your information about Mukuro was wrong.
My information was not wrong.
Okay. We're in the middle of a trial right now. Figuring out who killed Mukuro is first and foremost.
Okay.
Please limit all future prattle, chatter, and chit-chat as much as possible.
Fine. Uncovering the identity of the mastermind will have to wait. But remember this. No matter what happens, we will find out who you really are. I stake my family name on it.
Yeah. Yeah. Even though I don't really care what happens to the Togemis at this point. Especially you.
I have officially decided to completely ignore all such attempts at provocation.
Huh?
Now then, just so nobody's confused, let me state this one more time for the record. The reason we're having a class trial is because a murder among the students has taken place. Hammer that point straight into your big ol' brains!
What you're saying is that both the victim and the culprit are part of the student body?
Then, one of us killed Mukuro?
Wait, no! There's a chance that there's some mystery 17th person who's been hiding all along!
Okay, I'm sorry, Yasuhiro, but I'm just gonna ignore what you say now, because you truly are a dunce.
Nope! There are only 16 students in total that have been taking part in these events.
That and Monokuma just proved you wrong.
Seriously? Then one of us killed Mukuro?
Yep.
Who did it? Who's the killer this time?
Get a hold of yourself. We've already narrowed down the list of possible suspects.
Huh?
I'm sure you realize who I'm talking about, right, Makoto? Who the evidence points to?
Based on what we know, there can only be two possible suspects. Makoto and Kyoko.
I got it!
4 hearts, though, that's good.
You've narrowed it down to Kyoko and me, right?
Why do you say that?
Allow me to explain. Just after nighttime last night, I went to the garden, so I can confirm that at that point, there was no dead body there. So, the murder must have taken place after I left the garden. However, Hiro, Toko, Hina, and I were in the gym the entire time.
Yeah, that's pretty airtight.
The gym?
That's right. The 4 of us were there trying to dismantle Monokuma. The whole time, we were very careful not to go anywhere alone. We even went to the bathroom in pairs. All of which is to say, the 4 of us all have alibis. The only ones without alibis
Are me and Makoto. That's why you're able to narrow down the list of suspects.
Exactly so.
Yeah, how convenient that Makoto got sick, so even I'm not entirely sure if he killed the person or not. So the only suspects now are me and Kyoko. Damn it! I can't let this stand! Somehow I have to clear my name!
I have something I'd like to say regarding the whole alibi thing.
Are you thinking of raising an objection?
Well, before that, I just want to try and get a better idea of what time the murder took place. Doing that might reveal some kind of clue.
Whatever you want. Somebody go ahead and help him out.
Okay.
Me and Byakuya can both confirm that the body wasn't in the garden at... Well, it was after nighttime for sure. I'd say it must have been around 10 o'clock. So the murder must have happened after 10 p.m.
Then I guess we can say the time frame for the murder was between then and when we found the body? Oh, but what time did we find the body?
9 o'clock.
The one who saw the body first was Toko, right? And she went to go get the pickaxe.
So what time was the body discovered? Around 9 o'clock.
The body must have been discovered at 9 a.m., since that's when Toko went to get the pickaxe.
Now then, Toko, what time is it? Well, when we left the gym, it was just before 9 o'clock, so it's probably 9 on the dot now. Okay, go get the pickaxe and be back here by 9:01.
He's right. It had to be around then.
So we can be totally sure the murder happened sometime between 10 at night and 9 in the morning.
Actually, there's a way to narrow it down further.
For me, I was already asleep before nighttime hit, so I don't have an alibi after 10 o'clock. But I'm sure I met up with everyone else before 9 this morning.
We ran into each other in the dining hall, right? That was around...
7:30.
Oh yeah! Right around 7:30. I remember checking right before I went in, so I'm totally sure about it.
Which means from 10 p.m. to 7:30 a.m., you don't have an alibi.
The murder happened between 10 p.m. and 9 a.m., and I don't have an alibi from 10 p.m. to till 7:30 a.m. Okay then, it looks like the game has begun. If I can't provide an alibi for that period, then I just have to prove the murder didn't happen during the time I don't have an alibi. To do that, I have to make it clear when the body ended up in the garden. Right, and the sprinklers don't turn on until 7:30, so... Sprinklers! Just gotta figure out when to use that bullet, because I cannot afford to lose any more health.
We've established a time frame for the murder. It took place somewhere between 10 o'clock at night and 9 o'clock in the morning.
Yep, and Makoto doesn't have an alibi for most of that time.
Yeah, from 10 o'clock to 7:30.
Wait,
That's
crap.
more than enough time to commit murder, I should think. So Makoto, if you have any objections, now would be the time.
Right. There's something that happens in the garden at the same time every morning. Thinking back, the corpse was almost totally dry. In which case, I should be able to figure out when the body must have appeared in the garden.
10 o'clock at night.
Do I need to do this? Oh, okay!
No, it's
This is getting difficult.
Actually, the murder couldn't have happened anywhere near 10 o'clock. It had to have taken place way later.
And what makes you say that?
Because of the sprinklers in the garden. The sprinklers are set to go off right at 7:30 every morning, right? So if the body had been in the garden before 7:30, then it should have been completely soaked.
Oh, hold on. I remember this part perfectly. The body was wet. Dripping wet, in fact.
You were unconscious. That was from a
Sorry,
bucket.
Toko, but you're wrong.
I'm wrong? How? Are you saying only the mouth down south was wet? How dare you spew such indecent words!
Okay, you were Jill at that point, so of course you don't remember.
No, I'm saying that the body was wet, but not because of the sprinklers.
What do you mean? By denying the sprinkler, are you trying to deny my entire existence?
What?
Man, you're totally wacko.
If you really think it wasn't the sprinkler, you'd better tell us why!
I need to prove that it wasn't the sprinklers that got the body wet. All I have to do is hit Toko with certain evidence, and that should do it. If we look at the body itself, that should make it clear. Full-time battle! I'm okay, gotta find the buttons real quick. That's great.
I admit nothing. I hate you. No, no, no! I don't know anything! Hold on! Are you trying to blame me? I admit
No, I'm not
nothing.
trying to blame you.
I hate you. No, no, no! I don't know anything! Hold on! Are you trying to blame me? I admit nothing.
Do I have to...
How can you say it?
This should prove it.
Okay, good. I don't have to... I didn't have to change the bullet. Really good there, because otherwise more
Just
health would have
remember
been
what
lost.
the body was like after the explosion, and you'll see why it wasn't the sprinklers. The top half of the body was wet, yes, but the bottom half was completely dry. If the sprinklers got the body wet, shouldn't the whole body have been wet?
So they only got the top wet? The bottom was completely dry? What a brutal maniac!
I'm so sick of her.
I'm not as sick of her as I am sick of Yasuhiro and Byakuya, trust me.
Let's just move on.
Yes, please.
The reason only the top half was wet was because
That thing caught on fire, and you threw a bucket at it. Well, bucket of water,
while
rather.
the body was still on fire, I doused it with water. But only the part on fire, the top half.
Oh, then I guess the sprinklers really didn't do it.
Besides, if it had been the sprinklers, the whole thing would have been doused, not just the top half.
So if the sprinklers didn't get the body wet, then the murder must have taken place sometime after the sprinklers turned on at 7:30 in the morning.
Which means she must have been killed sometime between then and when the body was discovered at 9.
But Makoto's alibi was only missing from 10 o'clock last night to 7:30 this morning, right?
Right.
So there's no way Makoto could have done it. I guess you had an alibi after all. Good for you.
Thanks.
In which case, the only one left without an alibi is Kyoko.
Kyoko's the only one without an alibi, which would mean that Mukuro's killer is... No, I refuse to believe it. Kyoko murdered someone? That's...
I'd just like to say one thing.
What?
If you vote for me and I die here, the mystery of this school will stay hidden forever.
What?
Which is why I can't let that happen.
Huh?
So are you saying you're not the culprit?
Of course I'm not. I have no reason to kill anyone. This is a trap the mastermind has laid for us.
A trap?
We're this far into the game, and now you decide to blame me?
Well, in fairness, it was your fault all this happened.
Stop wasting time! Stop wasting energy! You really think your little trick is gonna work?
Shut up, you!
Thank you.
You got it, boss! Shutting up now!
Anyway, Kyoko, you actually did have a reason to kill her.
Huh? She did?
She thought Mukuro was the ultimate despair. In other words, the mastermind behind everything. So she killed her to try and put a stop to all this. Isn't that right, Kyoko? But you made one catastrophic mistake. Mukuro wasn't the mastermind at all. And as a result, we were forced into another trial. Something I'm sure you weren't at all expecting.
Well, you would have a point.
So that was her motive?
If she had a motive and no alibi, well then, I think it's pretty clear Kyoko's gotta be the culprit.
I don't know.
I'm not the only one without an alibi. Makoto's explanation is still insufficient.
Really?
Huh?
The sprinklers didn't get the body wet, but that doesn't mean the murder happened when he said it did.
What are you...
Because you see, there is a way the body could have avoided getting wet.
Oh god, the tarp.
Interesting. I'm listening.
All it would take is covering the body with a certain something to keep it from getting wet.
She's talking about the tarp. A certain something that the scene was used to cover the body? Could it have been? Oh, did I skip over the tarp? It was the tarp, wasn't it?
I got it! You're talking about the tarp, aren't you?
You catch on quick. You're right. All you'd have to do is cover the body with the tarp, and that'd take care of the water. In fact, that's exactly what the killer did.
Oh, great.
The dirt pattern on the tarp can attest to that. Only one side of the tarp got dirty, because that's the side that got covered in water. The side that faced down over the body, meanwhile, kept perfectly clean. This proves that the killer used the tarp to keep the body from getting soaked.
But why would they go to all that effort just to keep the body from getting wet?
Good question. You want to elaborate, Kyoko? Because I sense that you're throwing me under the bus.
Most likely so they could cloud the issue of when the murder actually took place. In other words, to create an excuse exactly like the one Makoto just gave us.
Why would Kyoko say that? Why would she want to make me look like the killer? No, I can't think about that right now. That tarp. If it was used the way Kyoko said, the tarp must have touched the body, right? But the body...
Wait. Something's not right.
And what might that be?
I can't worry about Kyoko's motivations. If I don't do something, everyone's gonna think I'm the killer. It'll be like what happened with Sayaka all over again. I have to refute what Kyoko said. I don't want to mess this up. Come on! It feels like the body got locked into mean difficulty somehow.
By covering the body with the tarp, the killer prevented it from getting wet.
So the reason the tarp was only dirty on one side is because the sprinkler got that side wet.
But the underside of the tarp, it was totally spotless, right?
It's because that side was protected from the water. Since it was facing down toward the body, of course it didn't get dirty.
That's the problem. The blood. There should be blood on it. I remember the blood on the body hadn't dried yet. Miyako even warned us not to touch it to avoid getting any blood on us.
Of course it didn't get dirty.
There! That's the problem! There should be blood on it! I'm sorry, I'm really nervous right now.
Actually, one side being clean is pretty strange if you think about it. Because the blood wasn't dry before the body got blown up, right? Yakuya said it himself. Not to touch it, or you might get some on you. If you put a tarp on a body in that state, it absolutely would have gotten blood on it.
Well, maybe the culprit washed it, so nobody would know they'd used it.
Why though?
If they had, they would have washed both sides. Just washing the one side wouldn't hide anything.
Oh, yeah, true.
More than that, what if the very blood we saw on the body was meant as a kind of camouflage?
Huh? The blood was camouflage?
What if, after the killer used the tarp to avoid the sprinklers, they then covered the body in blood that didn't belong to the victim?
That's plausible.
You mean someone else's blood? Where would they get something like that?
The nurse's office. I remember that. I'm pretty sure that's it, right? They had blood in there for some reason. For, emergencies and stuff, I think.
I know! They could have grabbed some of the blood packs from the nurse's office.
Thank you, Yasuhiro. Thank you for saying something not stupid for once.
That's what Hifumi did, right? When he pretended to be dead?
No, that's not what happened this time. The killer got the blood from right there in the garden.
How? They got blood from right there in the garden, right? Which must mean, oh no, 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 no. Oh God, what do I select here? What do I select here? No, the bloody duct tape? God, no. I'm fucked. I'm fucked. I'm gonna run out of lives here. If I happen to die here and I have to start over, oh sweet Jesus. They got blood right there from the garden, which must mean the knife at the crime scene? Oh God, acquisition of blood? I don't know! I don't know. Oh God, I don't know! Shit, the chicken coop!
I got it!
Oh,
Could it have been chicken blood?
oh God,
Chicken blood?
I don't want to fail,
When I checked the chicken coop before the murder, there were 5 chickens.
I don't want to fail because I don't know what'll happen if I get a game over. If I get a game over, am I going to start right over? Or am I going to start from where I died at?
But after the murder, there were only 4.
So, you're saying someone killed a chicken and then covered the body with its blood?
Seems that way.
Man, that's messed up.
Killing a living thing just to do something like that is awful. They should have at least eaten it.
Owie, you are not helping me feel better about this.
I wonder if the killer had to get the blood from the scene so they wouldn't be spotted walking around. Anyway, there's no denying that a chicken went missing, which provides a basis for my theory.
What?
Perhaps, but even so, there's one thing that still doesn't make sense.
What?
You said the culprit used the tarp to avoid the water and then covered the body in blood, right? But if that's the case, then the blood should have soaked into the ground around the body.
Right! But there's no blood around the
But
body.
That's not what we saw. Only the victim's clothing had blood on it. The ground was completely clean.
I have to agree, that certainly is strange. Maybe they didn't apply the blood at the scene. Maybe they covered the coat in blood beforehand.
They covered it beforehand?
When you discovered the body, was it wearing the coat like you normally would?
No, it wasn't.
I think so.
Like, it was wearing a coat like it was using it as a blanket or something.
Wait, no. The head was through the neck hole, but the arms weren't in the sleeves.
Then that settles it.
Sorry, I'm having a tough time keeping up. What settles what?
Yeah.
Here's what happened. The murder took place before the sprinklers went off, but the body didn't get wet because the killer covered it with the tarp. Then, later, at the same time the killer was gathering up the tarp, they pulled the coat over the body, the coat they'd already covered in blood. This series of cover-ups was meant to disguise the actual time the murder occurred.
Where are you getting at, Kyoko?
They wanted us to think the murder happened sometime after the sprinklers had gone off, at 7:30.
If that's actually what took place, it certainly becomes possible that the murder happened earlier.
But to pull all that off, wouldn't they have had to go back to the garden after the sprinklers turned off?
That actually wouldn't have been all that difficult.
Huh?
They already had the coat ready, so they just had to grab the tarp and pull the coat over the body. They'd be done in no time.
Maybe, but still.
Hina, after you met up with Makoto in the dining hall, did you two stay together from that point on?
Oh no. I headed off to the gym, and Makoto didn't show up till later.
Oh, thanks, Owie.
Then he had plenty of time to spare, wouldn't you say?
That's not...
Don't bother saying it's not possible.
I must admit, Kyoko's reasoning is sound. Makoto's alibi is inadequate.
And the suspicion falls back on me again. But why? Why is Kyoko trying to entrap me? I don't understand. Wait, what? Oh, no, please.
Well then, it looks like we're back to square one.
And I'm down to a heart and a half, which means I may very well be getting a game over at this point.
Makoto's alibi is no good, so once again, our suspects are him and Kyoko.
For serious, man? Which one of them did it? Hey, why don't we let luck decide? Let's flip a coin. 50-50 odds.
That's not getting us anywhere, Yasuhiro.
Oh!
See? Pretty good idea, right?
No, not that. I just remembered something super serious.
What?
Well, don't just stand there. Out with it.
You know that knife we found all black and burnt?
Oh no.
The one we found stuck in the body before it exploded, right?
She's gonna point out that Makoto had that knife earlier.
According to the Monokuma file, the knife went all the way through, from front to back. So, what about it?
I'm pretty sure I'd seen that knife somewhere before.
I don't know where it's from. I don't know.
That's what I thought when I first saw it. I just remembered.
Oh. Listen, more important. Now that we have the knife, what are we gonna do with it? We can't let Toko keep it, that's for sure. We don't know what she might do. I don't want it anyway! So what to do? Why don't you hang on to it, Makoto? Huh? Me?
It's the knife we gave to Makoto?
You don't seem surprised. You must have noticed earlier.
Yeah,
Then why did you hide that fact?
it's not that I hid it. It's just...
I couldn't be sure of what actually happened last night. I thought maybe I really did kill her.
Suspicious. Very Very suspicious indeed. The knife we found stuck in the body came from Makoto. Now I'm totally convinced he did it. 12,000% convinced.
Considering everything up till now, I should be able to make it clear. I have to prove that I didn't murder anyone. I'm not the killer! Please. Oh, God. I thought Gentle was supposed to reduce the amount of stuff you had. Instead, it's just this. But a disguised dead body, maybe I need to...
The knife we found lodged in the dead body.
It's the same one we gave to Makoto.
It really is, isn't it? I was afraid of that.
If he did have that knife before, then that seals it. Makoto did it.
Just because I had the knife once, that automatically makes me the killer?
Well, getting stabbed is what killed her, right? So there's no question. You took that knife of yours and killed her with it.
What a horrible man you are, Makoto.
What's the clue? We've already established that the coat was put on the body after the tarp was removed. Which means when the knife was thrust through the coat and went to the body...
Well, getting stabbed is what killed her.
Is this it?
Right?
Thank you! This is getting intense.
Wait, hold on. The stab wound isn't what killed Mukuro. That should be clear from the description of the cover-up we just heard.
Lies! We never talked about what killed her!
No, don't you remember? The killer covered the dead body with the tarp, and then put the bloody coat on it, right? In other words, the victim never wore that blood-stained coat until after they were dead.
Okay, but how does that disprove that the knife thing?
Okay, fine. So what?
So, when we discovered the body, the knife had been thrust through the coat along with the body. Meaning, if she wasn't stabbed until the coat was put on, and she was already dead at that point, obviously the stab wound isn't what killed her.
Okay, that's a good point.
Maybe you stabbed her twice. Once to kill her and once to cover it up.
The victim was stabbed twice in the same spot? No, there's no way that's possible. The exact condition of the body was written down for everyone to see. The Monokuma file!
I got it!
Get back to 2!
The Monokuma file clearly states that there was only one stab wound.
Oh yeah, it sure did. Totally forgot about that.
Of course you would!
Then the knife
was just another piece of camouflage set up by the true killer. They probably stabbed her to draw attention away from what actually killed her. Exploding the body afterward was probably meant to do the same thing. The explosion severely damaged the body, making it impossible to know what really killed her. It was all the killer's attempt to destroy all evidence of their crime.
So they wanted us to notice the stab wound and then detonated the body afterward. They meant for us to latch onto the knife as the cause of death, then destroy any evidence proving otherwise.
Oh, hey, I have a question. It kind of goes back to the beginning, but what's the deal with that explosion anyway? Why'd the body just blow up all of a sudden like that?
If you bothered to put that lump of gray matter between your ears to use, you'd know the answer.
Well, if you're so smart, just tell me.
Well, Kyoko always said to let people figure it out on their own or something. She's willing to guide people, though. Just not straight up tell the answer.
I'll tell you. I bet some unknown quantum particle caused an atomic-level spontaneous combustion!
For fuck's sake, Yasuhiro, that's just too much stupid.
I might be dumb, but even I'm not dumb enough to believe that.
And at least Aoi's willing to admit that she's kinda dumb.
Go ahead, Makoto. Tell her or we won't make any headway on this.
There's only one explanation I can think of for the explosion. It was the fragment near the... would this be it?
I got it! After the explosion, we found a tiny fragment of something on the ground near the body, right? That fragment reveals the cause of the explosion.
Huh? You know, I feel like I've seen something like it somewhere before.
You have.
That's only natural, because of course, we saw the same thing when we dismantled Monokuma.
You know, I'm actually taking a good look at their faces now, and not Aoi, but Toko's like, and I wouldn't blame her in all honesty, considering it's frickin' Monokuma.
It's part of a bomb.
Oh, then the explosion was because of the Monokuma bomb.
Yep.
Anyway, the culprit's motive is becoming more and more obvious by the minute. They wanted the knife wound to look like the fatal injury so that we'd suspect Makoto. And the only one who would benefit from that is the only other possible suspect. You, Kyoko.
Well, you want to explain?
Hold on a second, Byakuya.
What's the problem?
Well, I just feel like we need to think this through. We still don't know what actually killed the victim.
He's got a point.
That's true. It's definitely bugging me. What really killed her?
Fine. I have no problem with that. Let us continue the debate.
Do we even have anything that can prove what can really kill her?
It won't change the facts of the case regardless.
Kyoko, you better say something. We need to determine what ultimately killed the victim. I need to concentrate. I don't even know what ultimately killed Mukuro. Oh, do I have to scan something? Wait, the several injuries and the attack on her back, on the back of her head.
The victim's fatal injury has yet to be determined, correct?
The
Right?
explosion didn't kill her for sure.
Was it an explosion?
Well, yeah. She was already totally dead when that happened.
Right?
And it wasn't because of the knife, right? And then there's only one other thing.
What?
Oh, yeah. According to the Monokuma file, that's gotta be it. There was evidence that showed she was hit on the back of her head.
And
Right.
more than that, the victim had suffered countless wounds across her entire body.
Right? The knife was a cover-up, and all those other wounds on her body weren't fresh. Which only leaves... The knife was a cover-up. It's all or nothing now.
Then, shall we continue the debate? The victim's fatal injury...
Please! Yes!
No,
I'm down to 1 hit point. This is not good.
Mukuro died because of the blow to the back of the head she suffered.
What about the wounds all over the rest of her body? They didn't have anything to do with it?
The Monokuma file makes it clear that those weren't fresh wounds.
Oh yeah, good point. If they were old, I guess they don't really matter.
I'm trying to calm down, but it's not easy because I don't know what'll happen if I get a game over now. I don't know if I start right over from the very beginning, which is gonna really freaking suck, or if I start from where I screwed up. I don't know how this works.
Okay, then we're safe in assuming the blow to the back of her head is what killed her.
But then, what was the murder weapon?
Yeah.
The Monokuma file says she was hit with a blunt object, about as thick as a metal pipe.
Oh, I bet it was the pickaxe!
How is that even possible? If you hit someone with that, it'd cave their skull in completely.
Well, maybe they held it the other way and hit her with the handle.
That was wood.
No way! The balance would be all off. You wouldn't be able to swing it with any kind of power. I wouldn't mind testing it on you if you want.
Easy there, Toko.
No thanks. I bet you just hit me with the metal end and call it an accident.
I'd love to scoop out that nasty brain of yours, throw it on the ground and spit on it.
Will you two calm down? Isn't this kind of shit what the mastermind wants?
I feel the same way. Looks like we're on the same page this time.
Yasuhiro, either you didn't understand what you just said, or there's something a lot more wrong with you than I thought.
Seriously?
We want to figure out what killed her, right? It just so happens we already know.
Do we?
We already know? I knew we could count on you, Master.
I don't know.
So what was it?
What was it?
Go ahead and tell them, Makoto. Surely you've deduced the real murder weapon?
Why am I getting told this? The real murder weapon? I don't know what it is! No, 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 no. No, what? There's no way it could have been the titanium arrows. There's just no way. But that's the only thing that makes sense, but I'm down to 1 hit point. Oh god, oh god, oh god, no, no, no! I need to calm down. I need to calm down. What was it? What could have killed her. Okay. Please. Please.
I got it!
Okay.
Mukuro was hit in the back of the head with something, and that's what killed her. And that something was the titanium arrow we found in the locker in the dojo.
I mean, I get that they're made out of titanium, but in a shape like that, isn't that still too flimsy? Why? I don't get it. I mean, an arrow is thin. A titanium arrow would presumably be thin. I understand, again, that titanium is a strong metal. Well, strong-ish. I'm not exactly sure how strong. I'm not that knowledgeable about metals, so I'm probably might be wrong about the titanium thing, but would a thing like that really kill? Why did you find a puncture wound in the back? Unless that's what the mask is for, to cover up the blood, but then,
Arrow. That's what the culprit attacked Mukuro with?
Indeed. There's no doubt about it.
Are you sure? That sounds kinda weird.
Hey! How dare you backtalk, Master? You have no right!
I'm not backtalking anything. I'm just saying what I think.
I don't blame Hina for doubting it, because there's one more thing about that weapon, one more secret. There was no bow, there was also bloody duct tape in that room. Bloody duct tape. That might be the key for this, that's the only thing that makes sense.
The titanium arrow. It was in the dojo locker, right?
Right?
I have no doubt that was the murder weapon.
Are you sure?
You don't sound convinced. What's the problem?
Cause in the Monokuma file, it said the weapon must have been about as thick as a metal pipe, right? It seems like an arrow would just be too thin.
Talking back to Master!
Toko.
You have no right!
Calm down, Toko. If it was just that titanium arrow, it wouldn't be nearly thick enough. Which is why they used... Is that what the bloody
The
duct tape was for?
titanium arrow.
Why else would it be in there?
Seems like an arrow would just be too
Here goes! Okay!
No, that's wrong.
I hope this trial ends soon.
You're right. Just the one arrow would have been too weak. That's why the killer used another weapon.
Another weapon?
Inside the dojo locker, we also found a balled-up wad of duct tape. The killer probably used this duct tape to bind multiple arrows together.
Oh! That makes sense. Then it'd be about as thick as a metal pipe if you combined a bunch of those arrows with the duct tape.
Bundling them together using the duct tape would easily create a single weapon as thick as a pipe. And that's exactly what the killer did.
It's similar to Aesop's fable about the bundle of sticks.
Oh!
One stick is weak, but put them together, and they become strong. It's meant to teach cooperation.
When she gets this way, she doesn't stutter. That's pretty neat.
Damn, that's harsh.
How is it harsh? Are you even listening?
Anyway, that explains the murder weapon. As for who the culprit is that stashed the weapon in the dojo locker, it was you, Kyoko.
I've never been to the dojo.
Oh no, you absolutely have.
How can you say that with such confidence?
Because we have proof, of course.
Yeah,
Don't we, Makoto?
we found that key.
What's the matter? Surely you don't intend to protect a murderer. You know what will happen if you do, don't you?
Yeah, but...
If you cover for the culprit, there's only one thing that can lead to. The death of us all, remember?
Of course I remember.
Then show us. Show everyone the evidence that proves Kyoko went to the dojo.
Yeah, but... Kyoko seems like a pretty smart chick. I don't think she would knowingly put evidence away like that. I have evidence? Evidence that Kyoko went to the dojo. It must be connected to that dojo locker. It was the wood block key.
I got it! The one thing that proves Kyoko was in the dojo is right here. The key to the dojo locker.
And how does that prove anything?
Because I found it in your room.
It was in my room?
Don't bother trying to play dumb. That key is just the final piece of the puzzle.
Wait a minute! But Kyoko couldn't get in her room, remember? You took her key!
Your non-existent alibi, your clear motive, your attempts to frame Makoto for the crime. This all proves that you are the true culprit. You can't explain this away, so just give up.
But she couldn't get in her room. She couldn't have put the woodblock key there, could she? Unless she did all this ahead of time.
Hold on a second.
Not this again. You really are dead set on defending her, aren't you?
No, it's not that I want to defend her. It's just, there's one more thing I need to ask her. Kyoko, I want you to tell me something.
What?
Last night, you were in my room, weren't you? Why? What were you doing there? That's what I need to know.
Well, can you tell us that at least?
I was just protecting you.
What?
She was protecting me? Then does that mean she knew I was being attacked? And she came to my rescue? Could that be when... Which would mean that Kyoko, she killed someone for me?
That's enough. The time for idle chatter is over. A verdict is close at hand.
Wait. I'm warning you. Don't make this mistake. I'm not the killer.
I knew you were stubborn, but this is just getting ridiculous.
Really? But you should know better than anyone I didn't do it.
Right, you've got the key to her room!
Can you tell me I'm wrong?
I should know.
Yeah, you have the key to her room! What? Byakuya should know better than anyone? What does that mean? Okay, it can't be that. So I think I gotta absorb something. You've got the
Those
blasted
words
key to
you
her
just
room.
spoke. What do you mean?
Exactly what I said. I'm not the killer. You should understand that more than anyone here.
Byakuya, what are you hiding?
Master would never hide something from me.
There's proof that you aren't the culprit. Is that what you're saying?
You stated a theory earlier. You said I hid the evidence of my crime in the dojo locker, and then left the locker key in my own room, correct? But could I really have done that?
Wait, Kyoko gave her room key to Byakuya, right? Which would mean...
There's proof that you aren't the
There is proof!
No, that's wrong. If I'm right, Kyoko wouldn't have been able to get into her room.
Huh? Why not?
Because she had given her room key to Byakuya.
I see. So that's what you meant. And if I had the key to your room...
Then obviously I had no way of getting in. Without my room key, I couldn't have possibly put the locker key in there myself.
Right!
Am I wrong?
It would appear not.
Then you're finally starting to understand.
No, that's not actually true. There was a clear contradiction in what Kyoko just told us. An obvious lie. But this just isn't like her! To try and save herself with such a desperate lie! Wait, what'd she say? Does she really feel that threatened? Because she's the killer? Or is it something else? Was there some deeper meaning hidden in what Kyoko said earlier? If you vote for me and I die here, the mystery of this school will stay hidden forever. Which is why I can't let that happen. This is a trap the Mastermind has laid for us. The Mastermind's trap. The Mastermind is trying to trap Kyoko? But what if that's not really true? What can I do? What should I do? What should I... Good question. The Mastermind's trap? The victim was Mukuro? And Kyoko killed her? What does Kyoko really know? What am I supposed to do? Kyoko's lie? I'm the only one who knows it's a lie. I'm the only one who can expose it. But who can I trust? What am I supposed to do? Why am I saying so many ellipses? The mastermind's trap. If you spend all your time trying to avoid danger, you'll never move forward. We know the danger, but if that risk means solving the mystery, we have no choice. Am I wrong? What do I do? I have to decide right here and now whether or not to expose Kyoko's lie. Okay, multiple choice again, but last time I was like, whatever. I assume I can't run away because that's the trial. You can't run away from this until there's a verdict, so I either pursue the lie or let it go. I'm gonna be honest, I didn't even catch the lie.
I had no way of getting in.
If Kyoko really had done it, how... Man, this would probably be easier if I paid attention. But I didn't, so now I gotta make a choice. Well, I would have had to make the choice anyway, but now I have to make it without really knowing what she lied about. Because I don't know what the lie is, I think I'll just let it go. I've made my decision. I have to believe in Kyoko. There's no way she would kill someone! Yeah, and even then, if she did kill somebody, I don't think she would, make it so blatantly obvious she was the killer. She'd probably get rid of as much evidence as she could. There has to be some secret here, something that has to do with the mastermind's trap that Kyoko mentioned.
Well, does no one have a rebuttal? Have you decided to accept her assertion as fact? I see. So you still refuse to accept it. I suppose we have to admit that Kyoko didn't put the locker key in her room, that it was someone else.
But who else could it have been?
I mean, Byakuya had a room key, right?
You! What are you trying to imply?
That maybe Byakuya killed Mukuro? But wait, he's got an airtight alibi, that's the problem!
But of course I have an alibi. From nighttime on, I was with you guys the entire time.
And quite frankly, if it weren't for this, I would have regretted it.
I couldn't possibly have killed anyone, or put the key in Kyoko's room.
Oh, I think I know where this is going. Kyoko's gonna say it could have only been Makoto, right?
Well, someone had to put the key in there.
There's only one other possibility I can think of. Someone could have had the key on them, then once they arrived at the scene, pretended to find it there.
Byakuya's gonna come to that conclusion.
It had to be Makoto, right?
I don't see any other option.
Wait a second. You've got it all wrong. Let's think about it one more time. There's gotta be a hidden side to this case.
Huh? A hidden side?
First of all, there's something off about this entire trial. You all see it, don't you?
What, you mean the walls and everything else? Just like the general art direction? Because let me tell you, it's not a pleasant sight in my eyes. It's quite ugly.
Mukuro, who we didn't even know existed, suddenly shows up dead. And then we're thrown into a trial. And Kyoko even said, it's a trap the mastermind set for us. So that's why this has to be...
Okay, time's up!
Oh no.
Huh?
Time's up! Class trial's all over! Everyone can stop talking now!
There wasn't a time limit before.
What? Time's up?
Oh god, you look quite haggard there, Makoto.
What do you mean time's up? There's no time's up. Since when have we...
Even Kyoko's calling bullshit on this.
It's because you were late, so we had to push back the start time.
Well, even before, the trials took like, at least for me, about an hour and a half to 2 hours. This, I'm probably gonna have to combine it with the interrogation because altogether that'd be around an hour and a half, maybe. With everything I got cut out and all that.
So then, it's time for voting time, okay? Everyone, please vote using the lever in front of you!
Voting time?
Oh, Makoto, you're probably royally screwed. Still got an A, but I'm probably not getting money. Makoto, yeah, I keep saying Makoto when I want to say Monokuma. So let me guess. Oh.
Now, who will be chosen as the blackened? Will you make the right choice or the dreadfully wrong one?
Hey, hold on!
What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be?
They're gonna vote for Makoto, aren't they? Let's see. Well, it was nice knowing you, Makoto. What? You think I'm the killer? Sorry, man.
Sorry.
Yes, sorry. It's all your fault. Everyone, you're wrong. You've got it all wrong. I didn't do it.
Good job, everyone!
Good job?
Yep.
Yeah, they got it right. No, I know that's not true. None of this makes any sense. This whole trial doesn't make any sense.
Hey.
It makes perfect sense. It's the same as always. It's just like all the other class trials, and I'm gonna end it the same way.
Thrills,
It's
chills,
time for your heart-pounding, positively thrilling punishment. Wait, why do I... Kyoko!
I don't expect you to forgive me. I know this is all my fault.
Kyoko?
Let's give it everything we've got! It's punishment time!
Oh dear. Game over. Makoto has been found guilty. Time for the punishment. Oh, that's not good. Oh no. I don't like this. That's awful. That's actually one of my biggest fears, to die by getting crushed. Oh. After school lesson, I thought that was the part where Makoto would get crushed. Is he locked to the door? Like, I mean, the desk? Is that, like, he can't, oh god. Oh, fertilization, I see. Oh god, I guess Makoto can't get away or something. Oh, Jesus Christ, this is, oh. Oh! Alter Ego, you're alive! And I thought I was gonna have to close my eyes because of getting crushed. Oh, but the fall might kill Makoto. Oh. That's gonna suck. He might be alive, though. Maybe. Huh? Huh? What's this? What's going on? Hey, what's that? Yeah, it had to be. Alter Ego. Alter Ego? Is this some stupid virus from that stupid guy? He wasn't stupid, he just saved Makoto's ass. Maybe, assuming that fall doesn't kill him. He must have planted it when he invaded my network. Damn it all to hell! I don't believe this! It seems you finally made a miscalculation. No, you miscalculated from the very beginning.
What the hell?
What was that?
In other words,
What I'm saying is, you shouldn't have underestimated us. Why are you talking like you've already won? I barely felt a thing. It was a pinch, an itch. The stupid virus is gone now, got it? And so is Makoto. Maybe I didn't get to smash him flat, but you're never gonna see him again. To waste away in a garbage-strewn pit. In a way, that's an even better special punishment. But it's still not enough. I'm still not satisfied. I'm still gonna bring despair to the rest of you. Bring despair to the entire world. Is he gone? Hey, Kyoko, what's the meaning of all this? Just what the hell is going on?
calm down.
It's okay. We're not the ones being trapped this time.
In other words,
Now it's the mastermind that's ensnared.
What
What are you talking about?
so
You'll understand soon enough. Very soon indeed. The massive high school towers over... Oh, I feel like maybe now would be a good time to stop. So thank you so much for watching. Next time, I don't know. But oh dear God, I'm glad that trial's over. I nearly died there. I should have studied more. I should have paid more attention. But hey, at least Makoto's alive and well. Maybe, unless this happens to be the beginning of him dying, I don't know. But until next time, I hope you have a good morning, day, or night, wherever you are, and I'll see you later. Bye!